Hey everyone, how are you? Happy New Year. We made it to 2017. I got a feeling that this one's going to be a little better than the last one. I don't know, it's just a feeling I've got. So I'm working on my cargo hold here. Last time we kind of went through and I blocked out generally what it might look like on either side, kind of these things here. Today I think I'm going to work on making kind of a modular unit and kind of kit bashing, but not really. I'm just kind of making modular units to go along this area here. So I'm going to work on trying to build up like the hand railings and the platform. I've got the platform here. Um, so I'm just going to try and build a modular unit that I can repeat going both vertically and horizontally. I'm going to need some stairs here, so I'll probably make um, another module without the center brace for that, and then build up the stairs. So that's what I'm working on today. So how are you? What's going on with you guys? Um, I saw someone from Tijuana. It must be warmer there than it is here, because it's cold and getting colder. It's supposed to be down to, I think, 6 degrees this week. So I'm bracing for that. I hope you had a good holiday. I certainly did. It was really nice to hang out with the family and the kids and everything. But let me take a look at. I've been looking forward to getting back to this, but I haven't done anything since the last time I streamed here. So I'm gonna have to kind of get back into it. I think maybe what I'll do is work on the little hand railings. We don't have them on the bottom, but we do up top, and it looks like the center brace isn't there. So maybe I can create or just duplicate these two pieces and move them straight up like that. But I'm not going to need all of this now, am I? I'm not going to need these pieces. So let me get these things out of here. There we go. And this one over here, I can just tab into edit mode and hit the L key and select all of these and delete faces. And now let me try and get these things lined up. I wonder if they're going to be able to line up, or if I've kind of created a slight problem here with this piece here. It does, they meet here. How much do I care? That's what I need to know. How much do I care? You know what I could do, just to be kind of sneaky, is just scale them in the X just a bit, and then I could drag them down like that, so they kind of fit in there like that. Maybe. I mean, I'm going to probably go through and turn off or delete the faces on the bottom there, because I don't want to UV them if we're not going to see them, right? Okay. So greetings from Poland. Hey, glad to see you here. Just looking at what's going on out here. Looks like somebody's creating a game. Awesome. I want to see it. Keep us posted. Cool. All right. The hand railings here. It looks like they kind of, it's so hard to see here, but it looks like they kind of stick out of this platform here. And it looks like there are 4 poles per module here. So let me try and get this going. I'm gonna move the cursor here to that place right there, and then bring in a cylinder. I don't need that many faces on it. Don't need many at all, I don't think. Probably, let's just go with something like 8, something like that. Let's try it. And the cap fill is going to be triangle fan. Why not? So I'll scale these to size and try and put them in place and see how they're going to look. So that's probably still a little bit too big. They're pretty thin, aren't they? Let's go like this. And that's probably not quite tall enough. So I'll go into wireframe and hit the B key and just select those top vertices. And so I can just kind of drag it up and get a sense of how big they're going to be. It looks like, do they even go up halfway? It doesn't look like they even go up halfway. So something like that, maybe? All right. Now that's going to be there. Something like that. And then we need some sort of piece to kind of hold it in place. Or do we? Well, yeah, I kind of feel like there's something right there. So let's find some way to do that. I'm thinking maybe another cylinder. So let me frame up on that with the period key and select that point and move the cursor to it again and create a cylinder at that point. And it's huge. Doesn't need to be that big. And let me frame up on it again. So I think what I can do is maybe go like this, kind of have that sitting right there, and then come back here, select these faces, and maybe extrude them straight back. So I'll hit E and X and pull back, and then scale S and X so they flatten up like that. I could probably get rid of those because I don't care about them, and then move that straight back. So is that too far out? Kind of feels like that's too far out. Yeah, so let's move that back in like this. Fly into here in perspective mode. Grab those edges and move them back. Something like that. All right. So that's my hand railing bar. Does that look okay? I'm going to select everything with A and come over here to the display, to the object panel, and turn on wire. Actually, no, I want to do Alt wire. There we go. And that turns on wire for everything. Is that going to work? I'm not sure. I feel like it's a little bit too thick. Let me scale it back up again. Yeah, something like that. Okay. You've really helped me a lot with your tutorials. One day could you do a tutorial on creating a Chinese Imperial roof? Wow. I don't know. I don't even know what that would look like. I'll Google it and see. Many hand railings are made with square bars and not round, so that might cut down on the poly count. Oh, that's interesting. That's a good idea. Let's see. You think I could get away with that? You may be right. Look at that. I was just assuming that they're square. Ah. All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to... No, I don't want to duplicate. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to move the cursor to the selected, move that out of the way, bring in a cube, scale it down. Ah, all right. Good idea. Let's give it a try. See if we can even tell the difference, you know? Why does it need to be a cylinder? Let's try that. Can we even tell the difference? I don't know. I don't think I can. That's awesome. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this one. I still kind of like the curved bit down there, though. Let's see. Let me move that. That's kind of nice, though. Okay, let's go with that. Turn on the wire. All right. So now, I'm going to scale it in the X and the Y. S Shift Z to turn off the Z axis, and just scale it up just a little bit more. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So now let's take these two, and let's go to our orthographic view and duplicate this and hit Y and move that over there. And then duplicate Y. I'm going to move this right over here. Duplicate Y, move it right over here. So let's see how that works. All right. I'm wondering if these are still not tall enough. I feel like they're still not tall enough, but if I look at them from this angle, it kind of works. All right. Now these things here are actually wire or rope, it seems, and they have a little bit of give to them, you know, a little bit of arch. So do I do that, or do I just put straight pieces out there? Interesting. And they've got little pieces right here that they go through. Do I want that? That's a good question. Can you do a series on how to make a game? At some point, that would be a lot of fun. My son has an idea for a game. He's 11, of course, and a total gamer, and he has an idea for a game. So maybe we could work on that. That would be fun, and maybe I could bring him on to the streams. He would have all kinds of opinions, I tell you. So for these little things here, I'm wondering if I could, would a torus be way too many polys? Let me try this. So that, of course, is way too many. If I brought the major segments way down, like that, and I brought the minor segments way down, like, I don't know, like that. This right here is 36 faces. That seems like a lot to put in there. Yeah, I'm not going to use a torus. That seems like a little too much. I think what I can do is use a cylinder, kind of like I did down here, and have the ropes just go through it, just right through the polygons. Yeah, let me do that. So I think what I'll do is just select this face. Move the cursor here and make another cylinder. I'll take this down to 6. We don't need any more than that. And then scale it down. Do that. Spin it in the X, RX90. Scale it down. Go like that. So now these can be the pieces that kind of hold those cords through. So the cords can go through there. Let's try that. I can't promise anything, of course. No promises. And I'm going to delete that face in there. So let's say we've got those pieces here. Looks like it's a little bit bigger. Like that. And it looks like they come down a little bit farther from the top, like that. So then we could use these two, this and this, and have those things go through there. Let's try that. Okay. I guess I'll grab those and duplicate them over to these guys. And it's in the y-axis, so I'll hit Y. There we go. Okay. So there's those. Now, to do the little wires here, I don't want to use up too many polys, but I do kind of want that feeling that there's wires going between each of these, that there's a bit of an kind of an arc, you know, like gravity's kind of pulling them down. So I think I'm going to have to use the path tool. So let's move the cursor to one of those things. Let's go back to our orthographic view. I'll go to wireframe and I will create a curve path right here. Now it's going the wrong way, of course. It always is. It's never going the way I want it to. RZ90. There we go. And so if I take this, how many points do I have in this? I'm going to tab into edit mode. It looks like what I can do is just scale this down until it fits right through here, like that. Right? Tab into edit mode and then grab this guy and just pull him down. Maybe like that. Maybe that's too much for that one. Maybe I'll do that and these two like that. Yeah. Okay. So do I extrude them on, continue on, or do I just duplicate that one? I don't know. Maybe I could just keep extruding, so maybe go E. Well, see, now it's going to pull out from there, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want it to do that. So maybe I better duplicate and move. Let's try it. All right, I'm gonna, let's see, use Bezier. Well, I could have used Bezier. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, someone's asking, how do you add thickness to this. I guess it'd be a good idea to add thickness before we duplicate now, wouldn't it? That'd be a good idea. So to do that, we can come over here to the object panel right here for the curve, and we need to change the fill from half to full. I'm going to change the preview U down to like 3. Let's see how that works. The resolution I usually put around 2, and then I click and drag on the depth, and there it is. There we go. So if we get it down to about like that, is that too much? Is that too? Yeah, that looks a little bit too much. All right, so there's that. Now I think do I need that many polys on there? Let me go back up here and reduce the preview U. That would probably work. Is it already smoothed? Yeah, it's already smoothed. Okay. What about resolution? Can I take the resolution down 1? Yeah, I bet I could. Okay. So there we go. We've got the little rope there. It still feels like it's a little bit too thick. Something like that. Let's try that. Yeah, that kind of works. All right. So I've got to convert this to a polygon, but what I'd like to do is alter it a bit over here. So I'm going to grab this, duplicate it, hit Y, move it over here. It's not quite big enough because I didn't do it exactly. I didn't, you know, get it exactly right. So I can just scale that out just a smidge like that. Now I want to just alter this so it isn't quite the same as the other one, just so we have a little bit of differentiation there. Something like that. And then, yeah, I can probably just use those two for all of them, right? So let's see. I'm going to take this one, and I believe it's Alt-C. Let me go here, Object. Yeah, Alt-C. So Alt-C. Nope, that's not right. Alt-C. There we go. Convert to a mesh. And Alt-C, convert to a mesh. Now these things are polygons, and I can duplicate them. So if I take duplicate, hit Y, move this over here, it too is not quite right, so maybe I could scale and cheat just a little bit. There we go. And then I could grab one of these, move this over here, move it down, so they're just, you know, randomly placed throughout. There we go. Okay. And then I probably want, I'll take this and move it down. And yeah, I'll take this and move it over. Like so. All right. So there we have our hand railing. Now, if this is going to be a modular piece, I'm going to need it to connect here, aren't I? Or am I? Is it really going to matter? I mean, once we get all of these in, is it really going to matter? Yeah, it might. Dang it. I guess it might. So I probably need to figure out a way to make this connect up to the next one, right? So what I can do, I think, is take this and duplicate it, move it in the Y. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm going to have to get rid of this side, aren't I? So I'm going to have to get rid of this. Or do I get rid of this side? I get rid of this side. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. So I need to get rid of this side. Let's get rid of that. Let's grab this. And I want to move this in just a bit. So what I'm trying to do now is just get the size correct for these to be duplicated, right? I'm going to go like this. See if that works. There we go. So what do you think? Does that work? Is that about the right size? Let me go back to orthographic view. It feels like, let me grab all of this here. There we go. So it feels like to me that this is okay. I'm not sure. So I'm just trying to figure out what the distance should be. And that doesn't look too bad, actually. Okay. So if that's the case, then I need to make cables going from here to here, right? So let's see if I can just scale them. See if I can just kind of cheat once again. If I can't, I can create new ones. That's fine. Something like that. All right, let me grab this guy and move him over to there. Yeah, okay. So sometimes a little cheating helps. Okay. So there. So what I've got now is if I take away these, right? Let me just take these away now. And let me just hit the B key and border select these. So now, yeah, see, so I've got these over here. I don't need these. Get rid of those. So now I've got that kind of stretches across. Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of my modular unit there. But I'm going to be able to, I think, duplicate in Unity and put where it needs to go. Now, to go up, I think all I have to do is just select everything except these and just duplicate and go up. Let me just test. So I just go up like that, right? And then up over like that. Yeah, so you see, is that, I think that's going to work. Now, what I have to do, though, is make another module that's just for the stairs. So let's work on that. I'm going to delete, or I'm just going to undo what I've done here. There we go. So now what we need to do is make a module for the stairs. And it looks like the module for the stairs wouldn't have a centerpiece here. And it's going to have a hole in it too. So, all right. Just checking out what's going on out here. Cool. I'm glad that people are like connecting and working on projects together. That would be awesome. I would love that to happen, and then I'd love to see it. You know, if you keep me updated, if you guys connect through here, please keep me updated. So stairs. So it looks like we've got, once again, we can use the array modifier with an offset, I think. Create a piece here, and then railing on it. Okay. I wish we could see it better, but that's okay. I think we can still work with it. All right. So stairs. I think what I need to do is, first of all, I'm going to duplicate this and move it over. And then connect it up here, like that. Now this part here is going to be the stair module, so I need to get rid of this. We need to make the stairs, and then I need to cut a hole in this thing. So let's first make the stairs going up from the floor to the first platform here. So the hole is probably going to be in the center, right? I think so. In fact, maybe I should make the hole first, so then I can place the stairs around it. Let me do that. So to make the hole, let's see what we can do here. To make that, I wonder, I could just insert edge loops. That's one way to do it. I could extrude and scale it in, but that's going to be the same thing as inserting edge loops. So I think I'm just going to insert edge loops here. And then I'm going to scale these in the Y, like so. And then I'm going to insert 2 edge loops here and scale this out just a bit like that. Let's see how that works. Is that going to be big enough to get a person through? I feel like I want to collapse it just a little bit this way as well as this way. Okay, so now we should be able to take this and delete it, this and delete it, and then we should be able to take these edges, this edge and this edge, and then is it Control B for bridge, or is that bevel? I never remember. I want to bridge edge loops. Yeah, Control B is for bevel. I want to bridge edge loops, and there we go. Okay. Now, so we have the hole in the floor there. Now we need the stairs. So, do the stairs begin on one side of the hole and go up to the other side of the hole? Okay, so I can do that. Let's try this. I'm going to, well, I'll just create a cube first and move it over. Make it pretty flat. Make it pretty narrow here. And let's begin this right kind of on this side of the hole here. And then I want to duplicate or use the array modifier and have them go over to here. Right? So they end up right there. So let's try that. I'm going to use the array modifier. It's currently going in the X. Let's put 0 in the X. Let's put 1 in the Z. Let's drag that up just a bit, maybe to 3. Now let's use an offset. And the offset's going to be in the Y. So I'm going to click and drag in the Y like that. Let's try that. And now let's start adding stairs like that. Now how many stairs do we have here? I don't even know. Looks like 12. It's hard to see, but it looks like 12. If that's so, then I've got a little too many here. I'm going to bring them up like that. I'm going to make them a little bit smaller and then add 2 more. There we go. Bring them down just a little bit. Bring them over just a little bit. There we go. Let's see how that works. Now, of course, they're way off. Let me get them in place here. Like that. Okay, so there is some stairs going up. All right. I'm going to turn wire on again for these guys. Alt wire. There we go. Now, we should be able to just duplicate these, right, and have them be the next row up, right? Duplicate Z. And there we go. Like that. Okay. So that's a good thing. Now I'm going to work on the side panel and the railings. Let me think about that. That side panel right there, the kind of that frame that holds them. It's hard to tell what it's doing when it hits the ground. I'm just going to have to kind of wing it. Which happens a lot, I'm afraid. So I think what I'm going to do is once again create a cube, scale it down quite a bit, and let me move it right here. And I think what I want to do is just take that top edge and take it up and over in the Z and the Y. Let me get it placed right against here. Like that. Let me grab that face. Go back to my orthographic view here. Now if I just hit the G key and move that up like this, is that going to work? Do I want it? That almost looks like it might work. Yeah, okay. So there's that piece that's holding them together. I think I just need to duplicate that and move it over. Duplicate, hit the X key, and move that over. There we go. All right. The hand railings. What am I going to do about that? So there's a question here. Do you know a good way to make a whole scene into cycles and that maintaining that look when bringing it into a game engine? Do you mean by the textures? Is it I mean, if you're well, here's the problem, or here's the good thing. Well, let me put it this way. I'll put it in a more positive way. Here's the good thing about something like Quixel Suite or Substance Painter, in that because it's PBR materials physically based, no matter where you take it, what lighting scenario you put those materials in, it's going to look pretty much the same. Whereas if you're doing textures in Photoshop, in Krita, whatever, it it matters how the lighting is. So, you know, when you tweak the lighting, you've got to tweak the material, and when you tweak the material, you've got to tweak the uh, texture and things like that. So you're always kind of fighting it and tweaking it back and forth. And that's the good thing about PBR, is that it allows you to have a fair amount of confidence that the way it looks here is the way it's going to look wherever else you put it. Having said that, I understand that Blender does not have PBR quite yet. So it's difficult. I know what you're saying. If you're talking about the textures, then I know what you're saying. It's that you've got to tweak it back and forth to get it to look the same as it did in Blender. Let's see. I don't know if that answered the question. Okay. I hope that helped. Let me work on the hand railings here. Now, you had that great idea with the cube instead of cylinder for the hand railings up here. I then used cylinders here. Can I get away with square hand railings down here? Interesting question. I might be able to. So how do these things connect? It looks like they come down, they come out of here, looks like go straight up and then go angled up into here. Although I can't see where they terminate at the top. But you'd think you'd want the hand railing to go on up into here at least, so that you could hang on up there. So, all right. What does that tell me, right? I think what I'm going to try and do here, I'm going to put my cursor here. And I'm going to go ahead and create a cube. Scale it way down. I'll move it right down here. Maybe right to the floor. Maybe I'll begin it at the floor. That might be the way to do it. Like this. Let me scale it down a little bit more here. Okay. So now, let me try this. I don't really, I'm not sure that this is going to work, but that's what makes it fun. At least I think. All right, I'm going to take this straight up, like that. Then I'm going to probably extrude it once, turn it 45 degrees, and then extrude it again. Let me try that. So extrude, move up. RX, what do you think, negative 45? RX, negative 40. Nope, that's the wrong way. RX 45, like that. Let's try that. It kind of flattened it, didn't it? So I'm going to scale it out just a bit like this. And then I'm going to take this and extrude it right up into there. So extrude, hit the G key and move it straight up into here. Maybe like that. And then extrude, move up, RX45. And this time, I'll extrude and go straight out like this. Now, I don't think I got it in the right place here. Let's go see. Yeah, didn't quite get it in the right place. All right, so I'm going to press Control plus. No, undo that. So I want that. And I just move this straight down. Let's see how that works. Like that. I feel like that's a little big, a little, maybe I could scale it in the X and make it a little thinner. Like that. Let's see. Do I buy that? I kind of do. Yeah, I kind of buy that. And so it looks like then it's got these angled pieces that come down, you know, perpendicular to this. So it looks like there's only one. So, okay, here's what we can do. If I just insert two edge loops right here, no, what do I want to do? I want to get, well, okay, I can insert an edge loop, hit enter, and then I'll insert another edge loop and slide it up to here so it fits right there. And now, if I go back, grab that face, hit E, and extrude that straight out like that. Where does it go to? Does it, can we see it? We can't see it worth anything. Okay, well, that's fine. That doesn't look right to me, so let me take that and move it just in like that. Let's try that. Feels a little bit better. Yeah, I kind of buy it. It kind of works. Let me duplicate this and move it over. So duplicate X and move it right over here, like that. Yeah, okay. So then, if I take this whole thing, I'm going to take the whole, or all of those pieces, and let's move them up to the top of the, or to the next platform, and this will be our stair piece, you know, that we can duplicate around to wherever we need. There we go. I'm going to put it right there. All right. Let's try that. Yeah, I think that kind of works. Okay, so I actually want to now grab this face and just move it back. Like, I want it to be right here. So I guess what I could do is grab those edges and that edge and that edge, and now I should be able just to pull everything back like that. There we go. So just to give them a little more room so they don't hit their head. There you go. Okay. All right. Well, I think this might work. So really I've got two modules, pieces, whatever that I can use in here. I can use this one here, this area, and I'm probably going to need to make it all one piece, right? But for now, I've got, say, all of this, here, and also I've got this piece here, right? So this is one module here, and this other one here is a module. I can inverse Control I to select this now, and this is one as well. So I will probably combine them all, UV map each one, and create materials for each one individually. And then I'll take them in and be able to kind of build this whole piece up, this whole thing up with just kind of one or two modules. Now, the only other thing I can see is that I've got these big, tall pieces, and that looks to me like it may be where they slide these containers down into the cargo hold on. So I may need to create these things too right here. But that shouldn't be too difficult. So yeah, let me see if there's anything else. How would you texture all this for a game engine? Is it a good idea to keep it all one object? Well, it can be. Yeah, what I've been doing so far is I've been mainly keeping, as I said, I'll keep one object, and then I'll break the materials up with a color ID map, and I'll take that into Substance Painter, and we'll create all the materials there. So I'm actually looking forward to doing that. I'm actually becoming kind of fond of Substance Painter. I don't know, I kind of like it. But I think that's all I'm going to work on for today. I think I'm going to have to get going, but I want to say thank you very, very much for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a great new year. I hope you had a good new year, and I wish you a happy 2017. I hope to see you a lot here. I'm going to be working on this a whole lot more, and would love to have you join me along the way. So take care, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Have a good one.